Okay, so today I'm going to be going over how to install games off of FitGirl repacks. So, let's find a game. Say you want the new 007 game. The first step is to download a torrenter. I recommend QBitTorrent. You can get it at the official site here. Download for whatever system you're on. However, if the newest version doesn't work for you, like it doesn't for me, you can go here and I use version 5.1.4. I find that works really well for me. The newest version, I tried updating, it didn't work for me. So if it doesn't work for you, if version 5.2.1 doesn't work for you, try version 5.1.4. Of course, all links will be in the description, so you can just go here and you can see the download up here. And it's just downloading the setup file, so just run that once it's done downloading. And then I already have it installed, so I'm not going to run it, but you just run that setup file and it'll run through the setup process. But once you have QBitTorrent installed, it should look something like this. And now we'll get into step 2. So, step 2 is to scroll down until you see this link here, download mirrors torrent, in this section. And you're going to want to go to, I usually use this site here, so just open that in another tab. There we go, and magnet download. And then it should give you a pop-up, choose application, and you choose QBitTorrent, and open link. And then it'll allow you to select where you want the file to be downloaded, so you can just put it wherever you want. You can see on the side here, it's going to be about 35 gigabytes in total, so just make sure you have enough space for that wherever you put it. I'm going to put it on my USB drive, and when you're done, just click OK. Now you should see the download start going in QBitTorrent. You should see the game and the progress, and just let that do its thing, and I'll come back to you when that is done installing. Okay, so the download has finished. You can see it's at 100% progress here. And so now we're just going to go and look for the location where we installed this folder and open it, and we're going to be looking for this setup file. So just run that, and you're likely to get a message like this, and more info, and ignore Windows malware warning and run anyways. Do you want it to make changes? Yes. And then it should run, and you just click OK. You can mute this, and I always check this box. If you have more RAM like I do, you don't necessarily have to, but I find that limiting it to only 4 gigabytes of RAM helps reduce the chances that it just spontaneously crashes during the install. And here you get to choose where you want it. I think this is perfect. Yeah, it's exactly where I want it. So I'll hit next. And yep, make sure all of these are checked. And now it's just going to go ahead and do its thing. Some things I just wanted to say is that if you're worried about the fact that it says, this might be malware, and you get that error, don't worry about it. All files on that come from the site are checked by third-party moderation. Everything is completely safe. I've done this a million times and never had any issues. And also, I wanted to mention that if you do have an issue where occasionally you'll try to run this setup file, it'll give you that message about malware, and then it just won't run anyways, and the setup file will just disappear. If that happens, you have to go to virus and threat protection here in settings, and you'll see it here in protection history, and it'll usually show up. Oh, there you go. You can see here threat removed or restored because it was previously removed, and I went in here and clicked yes, and you just expand this, and there should be an option somewhere around here to restore the file. And you just click that, and once you do, the setup file will pop up back in here, right where it should be. Alright, so that has finished installing, and now I'm going to click finish. And you can see it's verifying all of the files here, just making sure that everything installed properly and there's no errors. So I'm just going to let it do that for a second. Okay, and we can see here that all 78 files have been checked and they are all okay. So we can now close this window here, and this one will pop up, and I'll close this too just for good measure, and accept the agreement. Next, installing components. And I already had DirectX installed, so it just left it alone. So I'll just hit finish. And I agree to the license terms and conditions. Install. Now it's just installing C++. Setup successful. Now you can close this. And I agree again. And install. And it's just going to install that again. And you can close this. And there we go. Now it's done. There we go. And sure, why not? Allow access. And there we go. The game has already launched itself. Now I'm just going to let it load here for a second. And there we go. You can see the game booting up here. Everything runs just fine. And yeah, no malware, no viruses, nothing of that sort. Everything runs perfectly. everything works. And I just wanted to show you guys that, yeah, everything runs just fine, just as it would normally. And so I'll quit out. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is what happened to those files that we installed earlier, particularly this file right here. So all this really was we installed the game files, and they were all compressed as these bin files. And when we ran the setup, what we were doing was just uncompressing these files. And so what that basically means is we don't actually need any of this anymore now that we have the actual game uncompressed on our machine. Okay, so now that the game has been installed and everything works and we've got it down here, we can now stop this and stop, and that's all set. And now we can close out qBittorrent, and we can also go here and remember those files that we initially installed, this folder here, we can actually delete it now because we don't need this anymore. So I'm just going to delete this folder here, and there we go, all set, just to free up some space. And just to prove that you can delete that and it'll still run, I'll just launch it again and show you that everything runs fine. And there we go. There you have it. Everything runs fine. Game runs as normal. And yeah, we are all set. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, and I will try and help you. As always, all links will be in the description, so if you're looking for one of the things we use throughout the video, qBittorrent, FitGirl repacks, whatever, all links will be down in the description. Yeah, that should be it for me.